Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec. In this video, I'm going to share the layouts and projects I created in January and February 2024. I made 20 12 by 12 pages, 2 mini albums, and a few cards, which is actually less than what I typically create. In March, I do plan to resume my usual scrapbooking and YouTube pace. For my layout share today, I used a multitude of products. The Mercy Tiara Kit's February release called Nostalgia. This in itself was made up of several different collections. I also used my own January kit, again made up of a few different collections, and I even dug into some of my stash. Before starting, I do want to mention a few things. There are process videos for some of these layouts, so they will be listed and linked below. Throughout the share, sometimes I'll put one layout on the table, then the coordinating page. These are double page spreads that started with a single page layout, then I stretched it. And at the end of this video, there will be still shots, so you will get a second look at all of these layouts. So without further ado, let's get started. The first 9 pages, 2 mini albums, and 2 cards were all created with the Mercy Tiara Kit's February release called Nostalgia. You're going to notice that the mood and feel and the colors in this kit are very varied, to say the least. There's material from Simple Stories, Vicki Boutin, Echo Park Paper, and more. The layout that's on my table, I created that on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. And there's the coordinating page. So what I did was I used material from the Simple Stories portion of the Nostalgia Kit. And it's from 2 different Simple Stories collections, from True Colors and Fresh Air. You can see the page on the right, the one I did on YouTube, that semicircle beneath the photo. I created that with rub-ons. It was a really fun technique. Now I'm going to show you another 2 pages I created with the Nostalgia Kit. So again, that's what I mean about a different mood and feel. This one here, I created it on YouTube using a sketch as inspiration. It was a sketch from Creative Scrappers. And this one used material from the Simple Stories Remember collection along with Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection. So this one here has a much more subdued and earthy feel compared to the previous 2 pages, which were much more bright and cheerful. The complementary page, the page on the right, that one I simply filled up a page with photos, repeated the same paper, and added one embellishment cluster. That's it. I often do that when I create a complementary page, especially when there are travel photos like this one, because typically I take a lot of pictures. So if I have one page with few photos, I do like to fill up the second page with lots of photos. Here's another one I created with the Nostalgia Kit. So again, it looks very different. You can see that semicircle beneath the photo, which looks very much like this page I'm about to show you. It's the very same technique, only the page on the left, instead of using rub-ons, I used stickers. Now in the Nostalgia Kit, there was an embellishment add-on, and in that embellishment add-on, there was a 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Photo Play Papers, Bro's amazing collection. It went really well with the paper from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create. Now I did create a complimentary page for this, and once again, all I did was fill up the page with photos, use the same paper, added one embellishment cluster, and that is it. So those page 2 designs come together very, very quickly. And this was really fun to create. Now I am going to show you another layout. This one is just going to be a single page layout. There is no complementary page. Again, I did this one on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. The material I used all comes from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection. And what I did was I fussy cut those flowers, and within the groupings of flowers, I tucked in some embellishments from the ephemera pack that were more theme related, which was crafty related. Now I'm going to have another double page spread-ish. It started with this one here. I created this with the Valentine's Day add-on for the Mercy Tiara Kits in February. So this was mostly made up of material from Echo Park Paper's Love Notes collection. And that Sunburst is a design that Allison Davis taught for Crop and Create. It was an online class last November. So in that, she created a sunburst with a 6x6 paper pad. So I just repeated the very same design. Here is the coordinating page, and you may notice it's the very same page design as I showed you earlier, the one I used the Creative Scrapper sketch to create. And I'm digging it out right now, but you're going to see, even though it's the same page design, they do look different with different material, different photos. And in this case, I actually used a different orientation. I'm flipping it around to show you right now. So you can see at this point, the Nostalgia Kit really did have a range of mood and feel and colors. It was really quite fun to work with, actually. Now, the other projects I created with it, which were 2 tag books along with 2 cards, I don't actually have them live to show you because they were Valentine's Day gifts, and I am going to show you the pictures I took because I did snap a few pictures before I actually gave them away. So that is one of the tag books. I basically cut out a bunch of tags with an Elizabeth Craft Designs die and then filled them up with embellishments, leftover papers, and photos, of course. And here are 2 cards that I made. So now I'm about to show you the layouts that I created in January. Now this one here, I did do it on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. It is from a Simple Stories cooking collection. I forget the name of it right now. It's like What's Cooking or something like that. I will write it on the screen. But in that video, I spoke about creating pocket list pages. I'm showing you a pocket page protector. Basically, I used that as a design to create a traditional layout, and that's what's on the table right now. And in that video, I give you all the measurements so that you can create that page with the margins. Now I am going to show you a double page spread. This one I did it on YouTube as well for Janet Fritz's monthly YouTube collaboration called Stretch the Sketch. She's known as Galaxy Girl Creations on YouTube. I'm showing you the sketch there. It was an Allison Davis sketch, so full of circles. I used lots of circles too, except my photos happened to be rectangle. And what I used for this were 2 different Echo Park paper collections. They were winter themed collections from last year, and I just kind of mixed them up, and I was very happy with the results, actually. And in a moment, you're going to see I did the very same page design, only with different photos. It was actually my practice page. Often when I do Stretch the Sketch, I will do a practice page just to get my head around stretching a design. For this one here, I used an older Hip Kit Club collection. It was called Wild and Free, so it had kind of this Western vibe to it, and it was really fun for me to actually use up that material. So yeah, that was a really fun design. Again, I didn't put my circles in, I didn't put my photos into circles, but I did use a lot of circles on the background paper. So the next layouts I'm going to show you, I created with Vicki Boutin's Peppermint Kisses collection. This one, oh my gosh, I forgot. I may have used a sketch for this and I have absolutely no idea, or I may have had a sketch as a jumping off point. So I am sorry if I'm not giving somebody credit here. I created this in early January, I think. Here is the page 2 I created to coordinate with it. This is a different page 2 design for me. I typically use the same ones, and in this one I did something different and I'm quite happy with it. The orientation of the photos, which were 3x4, is what dictated my design on that page on the left. So now I'm going to show you a few more pages that I created in January. This one, actually the next 4, I created with a collection from Stampin' Up called Nature's Sweetness, which is a newer collection. I have the paper, stamps, and dies, and it's a beautiful collection. It's in their newest mini catalog. So you can see I created the page on the right first, and actually it's on the left now, and I created yet again a 9-block grid just to incorporate tons of photos. Again, I often do this for travel layouts because I tend to take a lot of photos and I don't want my albums to be, they're thick enough as it is, but I don't want them to be too thick. So again, 2 pages I created with Nature's Sweetness by Stampin' Up. And you're going to see the next 2 pages as well. I also created with the very same collection. This one here, I created it as a double page spread, and there is a video on my channel for this page design, not this page itself. So I will link it up. It's a great design to use again for travel photos. All of those small photos are all printed in wallet size, and it was great. I could just kind of bunch them all up with one focal point photo, and I have 10 photos on this layout. So that was fun to create, and I did incorporate a bit of material from my stash from Vicki Boutin's Where to Next collection. All of those pops of blue there all come from Vicki Boutin, and that kind of draws on the blue that's in that photo in the bottom left. So I think that is it for my layouts for the month of January and February. Now we're about to go into the still shots. I feel like I'm all caught up finally after taking some time off. The only project I haven't shared with you is my December daily, and I feel like I missed the boat there because it's almost March. So my plan is to save that layout share for next November. Tomorrow, I will be back on YouTube with my Mercy Tiara Kit unboxing for Dream Big, which is the March 2024 release. And on the following day, I'll have another kit share video with a bit of a twist, actually. I hope you enjoyed this layout share. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. If you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. I will be back on my channel tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.